Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's had a great week and looking forward to a weekend. It's supposed to be a nice hot one, so that'll be nice for September. So welcome to episode 6, and today we're going to be talking about critical illness. Reason being is I've actually done a few, and I get a lot of requests about it. You know, a lot of people get it confused with disability or long-term care. Don't know what the real benefits are to it. Is it worth it? Is it not? So let's explore it today. So really not to get into too many details where I'm going to take up 15-20 minutes of your time. I noticed that my episodes are getting a bit longer each day, so let's try and keep this a little bit shorter to keep everybody's attention a little bit longer. So, critical illness. Now, critical illness is, I think, super important. It's something that I have personally, my family members have, and I talk to most clients about it because I think it's something that people should be aware of and the different advantages to it. So we're going to start off with what really is critical illness. Now, critical illness isn't disability like you would have at work. If you're unable to do certain things and you need to take some time off of work. Now, critical illness, it depends on the company. Some critical illnesses cover 4 illnesses. Others cover up to 27 illnesses. So it all depends on the company that you go for, your budget, and what coverage you're really feeling comfortable with. Now, obviously, as you get older, like all insurances, it's going to cost more. Male is going to cost more than female. Smoker compared to non-smoker. So these are all important things, just like any other insurance. But at the same time, a lot of times it's really worth looking into. Because I'll give you an example. Now, I'm not saying that this is exactly true for every type of cancer, because as we know nowadays, all cancers are different. Different stages, different outcomes, and different chances of survival. So in general, what critical illness, let's say, would do was, let's say, for a certain type of cancer that you would catch. Now, if you were to catch this cancer and you had critical illness insurance, let's say a coverage of, 100,000 coverage. If you were diagnosed with that within 30 days, so you have to survive for 30 days after being diagnosed and making a claim that you have this. And what will happen is the carrier will send you a check for $100,000. It's called a living benefit. With this $100,000, you do absolutely what you want to do with it. Now, I've had clients use it to seek treatment. I've had clients use it to take a vacation. A little less frequent when it comes to cancer, but something like a heart attack or a stroke. These type of illnesses where you get the coverage and it gets you a payout. People say, you know what? I'm going to take a year off. I got this critical illness insurance, which is giving me a coverage of 100, 200, 250, 500,000, whatever it is. I'm going to take some of that money and I'm going to go lie on a beach for a month. You can do that because you have that coverage. This is also true when it comes to kids. My daughter, I have critical illness for her because God forbid something were to happen to her in the sense where she would get one of those covered illnesses, those 24 covered illnesses, the one I have for her. And do you think I'm actually going to want to go to work? Do you think I'm not going to want to sit by her side in the hospital or during treatments or whatever the case may be? I want to be there for her. And without critical illness insurance and that coverage, it makes it extremely hard for me to be able to do something like that. So at least with that type of coverage, that gives me the opportunity to seek out the treatment that I want from her and also be able to be with her. And that could be for a spouse, a parent, a child, whatever it is. That gives you that opportunity. The other thing is let's say a lot of these critical illness coverages, what they have is they have what's called best doctors. Now, best doctors to me is a godsend. And this is, if you have coverage, you can actually use this to talk to some of the top doctors in the world to see what types of different research, clinical trials, all sorts of things. So this gives you opportunities that you would not be able to have without this illness, or without this coverage, excuse me. So this is why I find critical illness is so important to have. Really, it really is. And I'm not just saying that because this is what I do, but I truly believe in it, and that's why I have it. What else? Oh, some of the things that business owners especially love, but a lot of people like, is why not take the risk out of the risk? Meaning you can get critical illness insurance and have it cost you nothing. What does that mean? Well, that means that you can have something that's called return of premium upon cancellation. So what that is that all the premiums that you paid will be returned to you upon cancellation, let's say in 15 years from now, or age 65 or 75, or whatever is stipulated in that contract for what you want. So that way there, you can actually cancel, let's say at age 65, and whatever you've paid since whatever age you started at, 45, well, you get all that back. Same thing goes, let's say a 25-year-old businessman says, listen, I want to retire at 40. That's my goal. But I want to make sure that my business is covered where I can hire a replacement. God forbid I get sick. So then he'll get critical illness and he'll be able to get that return of premiums after 15 years. So at age 40, when he plans on retiring, he gets all that money back. Now, there are different strategies to corporations. With corporations, the corporation can actually pay the premiums. The individual, the business owner, or an employee, if you wanted to do it for them, you pay the return of premiums, which is a fraction of the cost. And when it comes time to get the return of premiums, everything goes to the individual, even the portion that the corporation paid into, which is 3/4 of the actual cost of insurance. Now, this is all tax-free money. And I'm talking about, this is how it's been for the last, 15 years with critical illness. And this is how it is today, September 17th, 2021. Can that change? Potentially one day. Think the government can step in and say, no. Too many businesses are taking advantage of this, which a lot of businesses do. I have a lot of business owners that do that because, man, you can get a nice chunk of change at retirement coming from your corporation without having to pay any taxes. So anyways, that aside, that's another strategy that we're able to do for our clients, and another awesome strategy when it comes to critical illness insurance. So honestly, there's so many benefits when it comes to critical illness insurance. I highly, highly recommend that you talk to an advisor, or if you don't have one, give me a call, shoot me a text, shoot me a message. I'll be more than happy just to have a conversation with you, and that may be all it is a conversation. But hey, at least you'll have the information to make a choice in the future and decide what you want to do. So there you are. Hopefully I kept it under 10 minutes was the goal. So I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, wonderful rest of your day. And like I said, do not hesitate to contact me anytime for any questions that you have. There's no pressure. I'm really here to give you the advice that you deserve, and we go from there. So everybody, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk soon. Take care.